Minecraft is dropping a huge new update to the Nether sometime in the summer of 2020. In this video, we're going to take a tour of all the new content being added to the Nether so that you'll have a head start when Minecraft 1.16 drops. Let's jump right in. So there's already a couple of other videos on YouTube about the new update, but most of them just quickly cover all the new blocks and they don't really show you the Nether. I want to give you guys a more organic experience since not everybody can try out the betas on their own. Here's what I did. I hopped in creative, I built a simple base, and I gave myself some basic things that I usually have when I hop into the Nether in a regular survival game. I got a couple stacks of wood, iron tools, a couple diamonds, maybe a low-level enchantment or two. Nothing crazy. Then I switch over to survival mode to experience the new updates the way they were meant to be. Let me tell you, the new Nether is great. It's fucking dope, and it's a lot harder than the old one. Here's a quick list of what they changed, but we're going to go into more detail on each of these as soon as I show you what they look like naturally in the Nether. We've got 4 new biomes. We've got the Crimson Forest, Warped Forest, Soul Sand Valleys, and Basalt Deltas. This is all in addition to the old standard netherrack biome. That's still here. We've also got 3 new mobs. There's Piglins, hoglins, and striders. We've also got a lot of new materials. There's netherite. This new material is better than diamond. We're going to look at that in just a second. We've got warped and crimson huge fungi. These are like mushroom trees and they act just like wood. There's soul soil, soul fire blocks, basalt, blackstone, lodestone, crying obsidian, which you can use to make a spawn anchor. More on that in a second. Nether Gold Ore. We now have chain. Now we have some quartz variants. This is really cool. We've also got a new redstone block, the target block. And there's also a new improved graphics option, fabulous. You want to melt your GPU in Minecraft, this is the way to do it. Now before we look at each of these in depth, I'm going to quickly cover what you're probably here for, netherite. This is the new best material in the game, but it doesn't make diamond tools obsolete. You make netherite equipment by combining diamond tools with netherite ingots in a smithing table. These do 1 more damage than diamond tools and they have 30% more durability. Additionally, this stuff doesn't burn in lava. According to the lore, Piglins mined out all the netherite ore out of the Nether, so the only way to get a hold of ingots is to make it from netherite scraps. You combine 4 pieces of netherite scrap with 4 gold ingots to make netherite ingots, and again this is combined with diamond equipment. These you find in Piglin bastion remnants, and we'll get to that in a second, or you could smelt it from ancient debris. Occasionally you can find this buried between levels 8 to 22, and there's an average of 1.7 blocks of ancient debris per chunk, so it's actually pretty rare. It only generates around netherrack, basalt, and blackstone. Your best bet may be looking at bastion remnants or trading with Piglins. You can make blocks out of ingots and they can even be used as a pyramid base, but now we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'll start by saying that each of these new biomes are all really weird and strange and have this distinctly alien vibe to them. They feel like they're all part of the same foreign world. They blend together really well and they feel different from one another, and I think it gives the Nether a new surreal vibe that it really needed. You guys are gonna love it. Let's start with the Crimson and Warped Forest. These are really similar biomes with a different color scheme to them. They have these huge mushroom trees, which the trunks or stem can be chopped down to produce blocks that are similar to wood, with the key exception being that they don't burn. That makes them perfect for setting up a base in the Nether. You can make them into sticks, wood tools, similar building blocks, everything except for boats. These trees also have a chance to grow as shroom-like. This kind of resembles a glowstone. And instead of grass, netherrack in these biomes grows nylium, which can spread to other netherrack blocks. Bone meal will speed this up, and there's other new foliage we can find, like vines, sprouts, and roots. There's a warped and crimson variant of each of these. Unfortunately, this nethergrass doesn't drop a new type of seed or anything. Next, we have the Soul Sand Valleys. This biome's the worst. It's like a desert of soul sand and soul soil with not much here. I can already tell I'm going to be saying soul a lot. Anyways, soul sand slows you down when you walk on it, nothing new there, but soul soil doesn't, so you have to watch where you walk. This is super annoying when you have a couple of gas trying to blast your ass as you run away from an army of piglins. Honestly though, this kind of makes for a lot of fun. Alright, so I said it's the worst, but it only seems like it at first. With one little enchantment, it turns into the best biome in the game. Soul speed, baby. More power, baby.
Can I get a more power, baby? A more power, baby! Testify! A more power, baby!
This turns Minecraft into the Sonic Adventure sequel we've all been waiting for. Wait, isn't that the song from Fuck it, I'm leaving it. You'll be running circles around these O's. This gets even wilder if you drink a speed potion. The only other thing worth mentioning about this biome is the addition of Soulfire. It's fucking blue! If a gas shoots a fireball at you, any blocks that are hit will have Soulfire indefinitely lit on them. But you can also do it manually with flint and steel. This is pretty much the same as regular fire, except that it does double damage. A whole heart per second without any fire resist. This is dope because we can now make soul torches, soul lanterns, and soul campfires. These produce less light than regular ones. I think they have a luminosity to like 10. They're kinda bad at keeping mobs from spawning, so it looks like these are mainly for decoration. But they look so good. These are big pits of a new rock block, basalt. You can also find blackstone sprinkled in. Basalt can be polished, but you can't do much with it. Blackstone, though, is like a black version of cobblestone. It can be turned into stair slabs and walls, and there are polished variants of all these as well. There's also a chiseled polished block, and the polished blackstone can be turned into bricks, similar to cobblestone after it's cooked in a furnace. Additionally, there's a damaged variant of these bricks. Regular nether brick has this addition too. And then we also have this crazy gold flake block for all you rich bitches. The cool thing about this biome, aside from the cool dust effect, is that piglin bastion remnants can spawn here. We'll get to those in just a second, but these are definitely places that you want to go. And then nether fortresses are still found in the old nether biome with blazes, wither skeletons, and nether wart quartz. All that's pretty much unchanged, except we have a couple of the new blocks sprinkled in there, like nether gold ore. When mined, these drop gold nuggets, and this can be smelted to make gold ore, which is useful for interacting with some of the new mobs. That brings us to Piglins. Piglins are everywhere, and they're sort of like the new villagers of the Nether, except that these guys are assholes. They exhibit on-site behavior, and it's super easy to get swarmed by them. In basic iron gear, I was getting wrecked, but they have an interesting new mechanic. They can be bribed with gold just like American politicians. Also note that they're wearing gold armor a lot of the time. This made me want to put a piece or two on to see what happens. It turns out that they become neutral if you're wearing at least one piece of gold armor. If you throw a soul speed enchantment on gold boots, you'll be set. Helmet's also a good option. These guys have old bastions scattered around that they still live in and guard, and you can find some really cool stuff there like netherite. If they catch you digging around in their shit, they're coming for you. If they hear a gold block break or a chest, they get triggered even if you have that rich bitch armor on. Be careful when you're in those bastions. Another cool thing, you can give them a gold bar and they'll drop you a random item. There's a nice little chart on Gamepedia that shows the drop rates if you want some more details on that. I'm pretty stoked about these new guys, and I hope they put in some Easter eggs about their backstory or something. Actually, there's one more thing about them, but we'll get to that in a second. Next we have hoglins. These act as a primary food source in the new Nether, and you can occasionally see piglins hunting them. They fight back. They hit hard too. These guys are aggressive no matter what, even the little ones. The thing about these guys is they launch you in the air like iron golems, and with all those cliffs around in that goddamn sea of lava, you gone! Next we have zombie pigmen. Yeah, these guys are the same. I think they got a name change or something. Nothing to see here. But speaking of zombies, if you bring a piglin to the overworld, after a while they'll turn into the zombie pigmen. This happens with hoglins too, and they become even more aggressive. Now if you didn't know, you can heal zombie villagers with a weakness potion and a golden apple. This doesn't work on zombie piglins or hoglins. They gone. Striders are safe to bring out of the nether, but they're slow and water hurts them, so it's kind of pointless. If you want to make a farm with any of these guys, your best bet is in the nether. Speaking of striders, these guys can be seen walking around in the lava lakes. They can be lured with warped fungi, a new mushroom that can be found in both the warped and crimson biomes. Once they get close enough, throw a saddle on them hoes. Striders can be controlled using this new mushroom and a fishing rod. You'll probably want a left-handed so you can still use a bow though. This is probably one of my new favorite mechanics. It makes for some really surreal moments. Riding this alien horse across a lake of lava as the landscape transitions from soul sand to ashy basalt feels so foreign and natural at the same time. It's crazy. These guys shiver and slow down if you take them out of lava though. They're also immune to magma blocks. What's really cool is that they float up to the top of lava, so you can ride them up lava waterfalls if you're careful. Maybe bring a couple of fire resistance potions before trying this though, otherwise you'll die and drop all your shit in the lava. Honestly, there's really no reason to do this. You can swim up lava faster, but it's kind of fun. Alright, let's quickly look at some of these new mechanics. Biggest one is netherite, but we already talked about that. That brings us to beds. Don't use a bed in the nether. Ever. Actually, this makes for a really good prank. Bring a friend into the new nether and tell him to sleep and watch him get pissed.
Ha! Got him!
But if you actually want to make a base in the nether, what you need is the respawn anchor. This is made from crying obsidian and it's fueled by whole glowstone. Up to 4 respawns can be charged into an anchor. This will make you respawn at the anchor even if you leave the nether. Next we've got lodestones. Lodestones are made with chiseled stone bricks and a netherite ingot. You could basically pair a compass to always point towards the lodestone. Maybe you'd want to do this if you're really bad at directions and you want to make it easy to get back to base. This only works if the lodestone is in the same dimension as you. The snout banner pattern has also been added. You find this in bastion remnants from trading with Piglins. There's a new redstone block. Looks like this block activates when you shoot it or if it's hit by a person flying with elytra. Maybe check out Mumbo Jumbo's channel to learn more. He's already building a whole bunch of crazy shit with it. We've also got chain. This is a really cool block that lanterns merge with really well. Alright, let's take a look at quartz. In addition to the standard quartz, we now have a smooth variant that blends together really well and kind of looks like marble. You can also now make bricks. There's pillars too. These are directional. And finally, a chiseled, decorative block was added. This allows us to make some really good looking builds. And that about covers everything. Let me know down in the comments which edition you're most excited for and why it's Striders. We've only got a couple weeks now until the update drops, so I hope you're all ready. Catch you in the next one.